Hey, what's up everybody, it's Daydreams. Welcome back to stream for another Clash of Kings video. And yeah, I was able to make some things happen, and we got the homeboy Trouble in the house. What's up, man?
What's up everybody? How's everybody doing?
Okay, so we need people to start showing up so I can do some volume testing.
Yeah.
I don't know if your volume's right, so we'll have to see once people show up and stuff. What's up, Kana? Do you got the chat? Do you have the chat opened up, Trouble?
I'm
people are telling you what's up, man. You might want to open it. What's up, Justin? What's up, Tally? What's up,
Yo,
people?
what's up, everybody?
Can you guys hear Trouble okay? I don't want it to. Volume is good, says Justin. Yeah.
Hey, Jose. What's up, Jose?
It can be good for one person and sucks for everyone else. What's up, Crosswinds? Bud Light.
Right. Yeah, I had a lot of luck with Skype. I don't know why, but
I love Skype. Skype's great too. It's harder to adjust volumes and stuff on Skype, but yeah, I love Skype.
Yeah, it is. It is like I couldn't adjust anybody's volume, but I basically ran into a lot of good luck. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Hell yeah. Okay, we got some people showing up. Yeah, guys. So, you know, this is our first deal. You know, Trouble used to do something similar. He'd have a bunch of people in a chat. It was called the Clash of Kings Monster Show. This could be a little bit similar, but, you know, I want to do it a little different. I want to have a co-host each time. So, like, Trouble's with me this week. He'll be with me on some other ones, too, I'm sure. And then I want to have, like, a guest each time, too. So, we got a guest for today. His name's Steven. He's one of the top players in the game. He's very knowledgeable. He's been playing this game forever. So, I want to... And listen, guys, I made some posts on Facebook. We're not just looking for people that are like the top players, top spenders in the game. We're looking for people that are have specialties. Like, someone might have a specialty in, like, managing super alliances. Someone might have a farming degree. I mean, someone might have a PhD in farming, running like 40 farms. We want to talk to everybody, so we'll get some people going. Trouble knows some people too, so I'm sure we'll be able to find different people and stuff.
I'll do my best. I know some really good people, man.
I want to get a hold of Crimson King. Don't you know him?
King Crimson?
Yeah, King Crimson.
I know him real well. Actually, me and him are really good friends. I met him out there in LA, and me and him been really cool ever since.
Right. You ought to try to get a hold of him because I've got some requests to try to get him on because, you know, he's one of the better English players.
Yeah, I can definitely get him on. What my problem was is I had like a huge European following. Yeah. So like I had trouble. I was trying to start doing 2 streams, you know, during Sundays. Yeah. I was trying to do one in the morning and one in the evening. That way I could catch both European and American.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, it was crazy. So,
yeah,
I can definitely.
That's one of the pretty cool things about this game and about mobile gaming in general, specifically mobile wargaming, is that it's very diverse. Like, I have almost as many Indian viewers as American viewers, and people from all over the world. It's cool. Yeah, all over. There's people everywhere, pretty much.
So how's everybody doing? What's everybody doing in the chat?
Well, some people are doing training events. 27 so far. Not bad for the first one.
Not bad at all.
Just got it popping yesterday, so we'll get some more people in here. It's a little early too. Guys, we're gonna do like questions. We're gonna talk about the you know, the playoff matches and stuff. I want to get Trouble's you know, who he thinks is going to win. I'm gonna tell you who I think is gonna win, and we're gonna get Steven in here, who knows a lot of these beastly players in this event. So, hey, what's up, Ahmed? You are an OG, brother. Yes. We'll get to talking a lot. You know, I haven't seen as many Clash of Kings updates lately, but that would be cool too, is to do these, and you know, we can cover updates that happened that week and stuff.
Yeah, talk about the updates, get everybody's little opinion about it, and
so
try to get it.
Do you know the person Carol, the woman from Kingdom 1?
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, I've actually mailed her a couple of times.
Yeah, she's very secluded. Doesn't like to talk.
Yes. No, she does not like to talk. She said hi to me once, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I think I got more than
not a conversationalist.
No.
So she's doing a lot of things differently with the throne. with thrones and stuff. That's why I wanted to get Steven in here too, to talk about it. Yeah, like, you know, she held the throne with, I believe, all T9 infantry once, and against TVB, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. One of the best teams in the game. I mean, right now, they're technically the best team in the game, technically, just if you go by what's off paper. I have a different opinion, but if you go by what's off paper, yeah.
Are you talking about the time that she held with, was it T11 cavalry and
no? Well,
T9
she did
cavalry?
2 different times. Yeah, she did it once with with Prestige 6 Griffins. She did like 1,000,000-something Griffin, and then yeah, I believe it was either T9 or T10 cavalry. So she split it up.
I've actually the person that has my castle, my old castle now. I've been telling him, you know, hey, you know, you need to get them horses up, because I actually watch the most famous players. You know, like I do watch a lot of the COK videos still.
Right. And yeah, I see you liking them on Facebook.
Yeah, and see, like I still, to this day, you know, I still watch them. That way, I still talk to people and still communicate a lot. But
yeah.
And, you know, it's no matter what, it's always going to be a game that I love. But like watching her do stuff, it's completely different than what other people's, you know, what I see other people doing.
Right. That's what I'm like looking for. I don't want to like do things of people sending the same infantry and archer layers. It's cool to see someone that's shifting the meta to where, you know, technically cavalry are supposed to be technically an archer counter. So it's really cool to see that. You know, it not a lot. What's up, Bear? Not a lot of people are doing it.
You know, like, to see her being a trendsetter like that, that's, you know, she's one of the hot ones to watch. You know, it like back in the day, whenever Falcon in Kingdom, what was it, 271?
Right.
Was that what kingdom he was in?
I think he was.
Falcon and his team. Oh my God, his team was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like they were doing stuff with catapults whenever nobody else was.
Right.
You know, and they were getting a lot of kills for some reason, you know, and like I used to watch his battle reports and everything, and I mean, it was weird because like at one point, you know, me and him had the same stats, you know, similar stats, and I wasn't getting the kills that he was, and I was like, how are you doing it, you know?
Right.
But
yeah, it's crazy.
It all depends upon your team, you know, so for her to be able to do this stuff alone is just amazing, and for her to be such a trendsetter is just crazy.
So I'm pulling something up on my screen right now, and I got to thinking about this the other day when I was wondering how she was doing that with the T9, you know, that many T9 cavalry, and I thought about it. So Storm Archer, the T10 Archer, are a short bowman with a range of 5, and then if you go over to cavalry and you go down to the T9 cavalry, I'm going to that now, and you click it. So they are a cavalry, but they're a ranged cavalry. It's like a cavalry archer, and it has a range of 4. So very similar to like the, you know, very similar to the archer, but it counters archer, but has some of the similar stats to that archer. It's a ranged attacker, but it's just on horse, so it goes off of the cavalry stats, and then it has you know, it has different talents, and they did nerf, they 100% nerfed archer, you know, somewhere down the line. So they've been nerfing it little bits at a time. It took them way too long. It should have been done a year and a half ago, but yeah, I think they finally got it, you know, narrowed down to where there's a little bit more balance, because there has to be balance in these mobile strategy games, because if you know, if you're only sending archer and they win every time no matter what the enemy's cavalry stats are, then that's just not balanced, because then there's only one meta. And I don't know why it took them so long to change it, because it made the game stale, but it's good to see that they're finally switching things up a little bit.
Yeah, I was really getting tired of the full archer layers. You know, I tried out so many different layers and stuff, you know, and every time it came back to the archers being the deciding factor. You know, I was a cavalry guy, you know, especially back whenever I was a level 29, man.
Yeah, back then,
cavalry was
infantry and cavalry was really good back then. The cavalry, especially back when like just level 30 was the max castle, the infantry and cavalry layer was the layer to go with. And then once P5 came out, and you would get the bonus, the double speed bonus on the P5 archers. That's when it really got crazy with the archers, and then it just went up from there with all the attacks, all the damage, and everything else. But Yeah, so, you know, that's the thing that I was wondering. I know that some other people tried the cavalry setup like Carol had, and I was wondering if that's maybe why she put the T9 halberdier in there, because that's what halberdier are. They're cavalry counters. So I was wondering, she obviously did something with like critical damage and, you know, with her setups and stuff. I'll ask Steven. I'm sure he knows more of that because he has all the heroes and all of them maxed out and stuff. So he'll know which ones like have the best you know, critical hit and you know, cavalry counters. So I was wondering if maybe she was doing that to counter TVB trying to do the cavalry attack to her. You know what I mean? Kind of like being one step ahead of people.
You also got to think about the basic attack and basic defense. You know?
Right. I
saw who was it in here just a minute ago? Was it Jordan? That was just saying something about
yeah, he sent me the reports.
Attack and health.
Yeah.
Offensive attack and health is very important, but you know, there's something that I really overlooked in the very beginning, and a friend of mine actually pointed out whenever you get those basic attacks added onto those, you know, the troops,
right?
It makes a game changer. So I think that maybe Carol is focusing a little bit on the basic attack and the basic defense on the cavalry, and that might be helping her out.
Yeah, definitely. And someone else just said that, you know, she does have max attributes, you know, but all those big castles have max attributes. So
yeah,
it's like, it's her ingenuity that's like making her win and stuff. So all right, let's check something out. While it's just me and you in here, we're gonna go check out the Dragon Campaign playoffs. Can you pull it up?
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can pull it up. My phone keeps on, my device keeps on acting. So, let me get into my castle.
So here's something that's unfortunate in my opinion. So TVB had a regular season ranking of 6th. And then DNK had a regular season ranking of 13. I really think they need to have seeding in the regular season to match these teams up at some point in the season so you can kind of see what you're up against and so you can see what you need to improve on, you know what I mean? These teams, obviously, I don't think they played each other in the regular season, or else, you know, there's no way TVB had 5 teams ahead of them that they couldn't have beat. There needs to be a regular season ranking system where these teams fight every week, and then that could be streamed and stuff. There's so much potential with the streaming and everything, and like, you know, covering the matches. But yeah, that's something that, you know, I wish
TVB
they would have done
changed
as
their
well.
name, didn't they?
They've been TVB for a while, bro, but they've picked up a lot of big boys. TVB have always been a playoff team, but they picked up some big boys. You know, they were never like a they were always like a top 8 team, bro. They never won it. Top 8, top 4, top 16 even sometimes. Like, they never won it though. I've been covering it since season 1, and I don't know if they were in season 1, but I know that they were in the last season and the season before that. So they've been around. They've definitely been around.
Yeah. I'm surprised AGH hasn't.
So okay, AGH lost to TVB. So okay, good. I'm glad you brought up AGH. So do you know who DNK is? Like, do you know anything about them?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, I do.
Okay, well, they won the World Cup, and they beat AGH in the World Cup, and AGH was a very good World Cup team. I think the team that finished second would have lost to AGH. I think AGH would have beat anybody else but DNK. So DNK not only have the biggest spenders in the game, but they're more powerful. But they're also better, you know, skilled. Who you got in this matchup though? Okay, so you might want to click on it real quick. Power. TVB 80 billion. DNK 53 billion, dude. This is literally 30.
I've always been an underdog.
27 billion power difference. Okay. I want to hear why though. Why do you think the underdog? You just like the underdogs?
I love the underdogs, but you know, with TVB not ever making, you know, it's kind of even with the power and the TVB not ever making it, you know, winning the actual.
Yeah, but DNK have never made it this far in the playoffs. TVB or DNK are a team, bro, that came on strong last fall during the World Cup, and they started getting all these players and stuff. I don't know where they got. I think with the merges and the.
I think with the recruitment. I think they recruited from.
Right. That's what they did. They recruited top Chinese players. They all share the same, you know, avatar and stuff. So that's kind of how they got set up. So I'm with you on the underdog thing, but I don't think DNK is an underdog. I think Okay, so TVB have some big power players and stuff, right? And some just monster castles, and they got a lot of just strong castles. Very similar to DNK, but DNK, dude, out of that 53 billion, so DNK...
I think that all the 53 billion will be able to participate. I think that's going to be the thing.
Both teams' power is going to participate. Almost all of this power is going to participate. It's going to be 80 billion versus 53 billion. But the thing that's crazy about DNK is they literally have 50 castles with like 500 million to 2 billion power. So like...
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's say TVB
there will be no solo zeroing.
Yeah, none of that. And also, if TVB, let's say they've got a guy with 10 billion and a guy with 8 billion and a guy with 7 billion. Well, that's a lot of unusable power. So, okay, for instance, DNK and BK1 had the exact same power. Right around the same power. But Poppy's 20 billion. Poppy's 20 billion. Mr. Nop's 13 billion. So right there's 33 billion out of 50 billion. That only leaves 20 billion left, and you already got 2 players missing out of the equation. So that's what hurt BK1 is they might have the biggest players in the game, but they don't have that like backbone. DNK have the biggest backbone in this game, and that's why I think they can beat TVB. It's gonna be hard because TVB have just as many players, but I think DNK. Okay, so TVB have a lot of people from different places. I don't know what their communication's like. DNK are like primarily Chinese, so
yeah,
it's like, you know, they have people from other places too, but it's primarily Chinese. So I don't know how the communication's going to be in TVB, but TVB beat AGH.
Be a serious close one.
Yeah, AGH had the same power as TVB basically. I think they had like 76 billion, and TVB has 80 billion. Like they were right up there with each other. So you know. I don't know.
The whole thing with BK1 is they're a fantastic team, but like you said, you know, they don't have the power spread out. You know, it's all going to come down to, like, you know, TVB. I know they've got Prince and they've got some really good players on their team.
Right.
But I'm not so sure if, you know, I know that they've got a really good team and they set rallies and send them really fast.
Right.
But you know, as far as DNK goes, you know, I've not really got all that much experience with DNK, honestly, and that's part of the why I'm rooting for him, is because I know what TVB can do. Right. I just don't know what DNK can do.
I'm telling you, DNK, they're definitely the most talented team in the playoffs. Like by far, like as far as skill and communication go, they're number one. Like the things that they did in the Dragon Campaign World Cup. They did things that other teams just weren't doing. I'm gonna pull Steven in here in a second.
All right. You know what I always wanted to do was have a team. You know, like if we had ever gotten an All-American team together and like gotten together on a chat during one of these events, and all of them had, you know, 200 million to 500 million power and above, that would be an amazing team. So I'm thinking that, you know. I'm thinking that right about now it's all going to come down to their communication. It's all going to come down to just like Ninja's saying. I promise you, they've got a Discord server or a Skype chat or something. They're gonna have to have some really good communication. Whoever's not got the communication.
I think DNK will be in a voice chat. I'm not sure about TVB. I don't know about it. So, you know, there was some drama during the round of 8 where apparently AGH, now I don't know if this is true, guys, this is what I heard from people affiliated with LDH. They said that a castle was, you know, I don't know if it was hacked or if someone basically spied on them, but an account in LDH was given, someone in AGH was given access to a castle in LDH, which then gave AGH all of their plans for the event, for the final 8.
Ooh, that's not good.
So they knew everything. Hey, Apollo. So they knew absolutely everything.
What's up, bud? Like, yeah, I know about Royal. Royal's cool, man.
That's what's up.
I did do a video on him. Yeah.
Get him in touch, Bud Light. I wish we could have got a crazy English alliance together, because I think if we got all of the top English players together, we could easily, you know, be right up there with a very strong team. Because I'm pretty sure Viva Ferrari, I don't know if he's English, American, or Arabic, but I know that he at least has some ties to America. So you know,
he's actually from like California or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He lives in California, but he spent a lot of time in
Dubai or something.
I think Dubai or KSA or something like that.
Yeah.
And you know, him and I, you know, we had a little falling out, but like I'm sure that if we had ever gotten on a team together, it would have been crazy.
Yeah,
you know,
especially at the peak of the game, like maybe you know, a year ago or something, when everyone was still really motivated. If we would have got a team together then, you know, and yeah, it could have been crazy. But you know, I don't know how they all were able to get to the servers they wanted to. It's very difficult to jump to a server you want to, and to get this many good players to be able to jump to these servers is pretty remarkable.
I actually spoke with a few of them, and I found some stuff out. That's actually, you know, one of the reasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually spoke with a few of them. They let me in on some secrets. So.
All right. Well, you have to tell me that off stream, since.
Yep. I'm gonna tell you that off stream.
This is a positive video. All right. Let me get Steven in here.
Yep.
Okay, he'll be in here in 2 minutes. All right. So we went over the Dragon Campaign playoffs. So we're gonna have Steven talk about kind of some of the same things that we spoke on too.
Is Steven a monster among mice? I haven't.
He's just an overall solid player. He's got like 1.2 billion power, something like that. He's a good player. He's a solid player. Good dude too. Speaks English real well. He's from India, but he speaks English real well. He was one of my main players on my World Cup team too. So I've known him for a while.
I was actually wanting to go to a kingdom with like Reaper and all them. Man, I can't remember the name of the number of the kingdom. Reaper and shoot, I can't remember the name. But I was gonna go to that kingdom, and then I decided to try to start my own little thing because I didn't want to be a 200 million power castle alongside with, you know, all these billion power castles. Even though if they were all American, you know, I would have felt bad, you know, like, hey, you know, give me reinforcements, you know, I'd have felt bad.
Yeah,
so, like,
you want to pull your weight.
Yeah, I wanted to pull my weight. And I'm not gonna go to a billion power unless I'm pretty well maxed. So like that was my feelings on it, you know. So whenever I decided to build my own little team, so I ended up getting like, you know, a bunch of castles that were like 90 million power and stuff, you know, and it worked out fairly well, you know. The only one that was, you know, really huge in my kingdom was Alajmi, and he was an awesome guy, a really awesome player, and he really just did not care about losing troops. But other than that, you know, all of us were like, you know, 300 million below. So we had a pretty good team, and you know, we got really good matches and stuff, you know, there for a little while. It was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, like, whenever we landed next to a 500 million power castle, that guy would basically log off thinking that, you know, we wasn't going to do anything. But whenever we got 10, 15 castles that are all set in rallies, you know, all together, we took out quite a few 500 million power castles. I can name off 500 million power castles. That's why that's what I was really starting to love about the game, was the teamwork that was involved in. You know, the only way that you would have I'm looking at something else, but the only way that you would have been able to do anything is with teamwork. So
right.
That was like my favorite part about it.
Yeah, little teams like that are always fun. Steven, you there? Steven, you're muted. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. Hey, Steven, how are you?
This is Troublemaker. You know Trouble, right?
Yeah, it's a long time I'm hearing him.
Yeah.
So you left completely, or are you planning to come back?
Well, the guy that has my castle now, he wants me to enter every now and then, and, you know, play with him and stuff, you know, like, you know, still get around and stuff, you know. So we'll see.
He's trying to keep involved, but, you know, also, you know, stay at arm's reach, basically.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep my proper distance.
Yeah, it can get
that way I
out
don't
of
get
hand.
too far up in my feelings anymore, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you there, dude. I've been in my feelings so much that I had to just, like, take a step back. Luckily, I got some good people that were like, you know, let's chill out a little bit. If things don't work out, then I can get back in my feelings, but, you know, I'll try to calm down at least for a little while. Steven. All right, we're going to get back on topic, Steven. All right, so you know Carol in Kingdom 1. So when she's doing these things with, like, the cavalry, the P6 cavalry and the T9 cavalry, millions of them, like, what is she doing? Like, what is the setup that makes it so good?
Well, I mean, you know, we call her as a Sioke system because what I heard is that she's got specific different sets of Archangel and Queen set that she keeps on changing back and forth.
Right. So for offense and defense, or what?
No, it's even like if you look in the last war, you might have seen her sending even archers sometimes. So it's not always like she sends cavalry or she would send infantry. It's right on the moment she decides what to do. If we look into the past match of the battle between TVB and AGH in the Dragon campaign, AGH came up with a strategy to play with cavalry. I mean, but
who were they fighting? They lost to TVB, you mean?
Yeah.
But they were doing good with the cavalry?
Yeah. TVB, if you look into the battle, TVB just absolutely shattered them out. You know, AGH came with a strategy to play with the cavalry. But if you look into the TVB stats, the main guy, like, he had over 171 cavalry charge damage. And
so what did they use to counter? What did they use to counter the cavalry?
They used a paladin, and they used a lot of griffin.
So a lot of infantry and cavalry?
Yeah, and the front row, I think Ragnar sent about 600k Zergs.
Well, that's why
he was not sending anything.
I mean, infantry is supposed to counter cavalry, so that's good if they countered them with the infantry. So, you know, it seems at least for once that at the top level of the game, at least for the big boys, there's a little bit of chess going on, where people are having to have multiple sets ready. Okay, if they come with cavalry, we got to be ready with infantry. If they're coming with archer, we got to be ready with cavalry. You know what I mean? They're kind of switching things up a little bit. It's not as stale as it once was.
And if I was a big spender, whenever I spent huge, you know, if I was a bigger spender than what I was, which I was a pretty big spender, but like if I was a bigger spender than what I was, I probably would have went through and gotten the ×5 Archangel, and I would have aimed one at infantry for defense, you know, infantry and cavalry, or infantry and archer for defense, you know. And I would have had an emphasis, because even on my main set that I had emphasis on infantry and archer, and I was actually starting to lean another set towards cavalry. That way I could balance it all out.
If I had the money, I would definitely have a set for everything. Infantry, cavalry, and archer. Have one for literally everything, for every situation, offense, defense, like literally just play for everything. Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
Okay, pull up your game real quick. Dragon campaign playoffs, bro. Me and Trouble both gave our picks. You just got here, so you don't know what either of us said. TVB against DNK. We've got 80 billion power against 53 billion power. Who you got winning this matchup, and why?
Well, I don't think anybody can stand up against TVB, because if you see their playing, their coordination, their stats.
So you think they got the top coordination?
Yeah, they are overall.
You think they have more coordination than DNK?
Yeah, I mean, their anticipation is brilliant. I mean, AGH came up with definitely to play with cavalry, but TVB was aware of what they were wanting to do. I mean, they just shattered it off. I mean, if you look at the battle reports, they were nowhere even close to like a 50-50 ratio. It was like 70. It was like 3:1. I mean, you know, each and every battle reports, like 25 million loss versus like a 2 million loss, something like that.
Right. Okay, so you remember DNK beat AGH in the Dragon Campaign World Cup, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Back last fall? I mean, I think DNK have equal... Okay, so let's say DNK and TVB have equal communication. So you're thinking that just the power difference is gonna come into effect?
No.
Who's the strongest? Who's the strongest player in TVB power wise?
I think
the
it's
King
Prince.
is super strong.
How much
Prince?
power?
Last time I checked, he was at 7 billion.
7 billion.
And I've actually played with Prince. All right. The way that he sets up, I've actually played with Prince before he moved to 13-14. And what he does is he sets up his he. Do
you think he still sets up like that?
Yes, he's the leader of the alliance, and what he does is he ranks everybody according to what they will do. Right. So what he'll say is, okay, R1s, whenever you enter the battlefield, all that you do is shield and you reinforce. That's all that I want you to do. Right. R2s, you are rally joiners. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's smart. That's good organization. Where's he from?
China.
Okay. What's their second biggest castle? Do you guys know?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay, so I think DNK have a castle that's like 6 billion, right?
Yeah, I think.
But besides that, the thing that's good about DNK, dude, is they have so many castles from 500 million power to like 2 billion power. Literally dozens of them.
Here, the difference between TVB and DNK will be that now TVB is, they had a fight with Carol and the Overlords, and I think there was a big difference that they had noticed, and they are following that path. In fact, they have taken themselves out away from the archers. Like, DNK or COK, they're still playing with the archers.
They're following Carol's lead.
Yeah. But TVB, if you look into their latest battle reports, all enhancements are maxed out.
Yeah, I need you to send it to me. I need to see how many of their players have max. That would be
actually
good to know.
I used to have. Man, I wish I still had I wish I wouldn't have changed devices today. I had a bunch of
good reports.
Battle reports for them. Yes.
Recent ones.
Yes, I actually received battle reports from people still.
Yeah, I actually have a friend in TVB. Kaza's he's in the chat somewhere. Kaza, if you can send me some battle reports on WeChat, that'd be really good, because we can. I'll share them with you guys too, and maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do something again like this weekend or something. So you think TVB have just way too many max players for DNK? Because DNK have a lot of people that are close to max, like just strong, like role-playing castles. Kind of like, I mean, you have damn near max castle, Steven, but they have a lot of players like you, which is like not quite fully max, but strong enough to where you can play a serious role in a battle. You know what I mean?
If I have to give you a real comment, I would not be able to even stand up in front of TVB, to be very honest, because they are.
That's a 1 billion power castle saying that, guys.
Yeah.
Just to make you feel that much smaller.
Hey, no, TVB because with a buddy of mine.
If you see the rally of Ragnar, Super Rally, with Paladin, with Griffin Knights, losing so badly in the Crystal Mine, I'm nothing in front of them. I'm being very honest. I would not say myself that. I would not even consider myself as like an average player, and after seeing this battle, I mean,
okay, tell me this then. I understand what you're saying, and I think the viewers understand what you're saying. Tell me this, because it's important. Do you think last week's quarterfinal round, TVB versus AGH, was the real finals? Do you think the winner of that match, which was TVB, or if it was AGH, do you think the winner of that match was going to win the finals? Because the finals were going to be either COK, 520 China, or DNK. And then it would have either been against... You think that...
I would still go with TVB, yeah, because...
Right, I know that, but I'm saying... Let's say, in a weird world, AGH beat TVB last week. Do you think that AGH would beat DNK?
No, DNK would have more chances.
Would have more chances against AGH? But do you think they would beat them? That's what I'm asking. Do you think they would beat them?
Yeah. Okay. They have more chances.
I'm still rooting for the underdog, but yeah, I mean realist.
Okay.
Prince has
if you see
teamwork.
DNK overall.
Okay, so what about this though, dude?
It's more.
Now here's the thing that So at the very, very highest level that you can possibly play the Dragon campaign. Okay. At the very highest level, if you can just, like, take back buildings and keep people from holding the buildings, you know, it's going to come down to just a few points here or there that you can capture because, you know, let's say TVB takes a couple and DNK take a couple. As long as they keep them from capturing them for 5 minutes, then they're not going to get the points. You know what I mean? So, if it's just rallying back and forth, go ahead.
I remember whenever AGH fought Prince in his old kingdom, and Prince didn't have near what, and I actually live streamed it. Prince didn't have near what he was supposed to have. Like, he only had, like, I think he only had like a billion power at that time, and he had like a couple other billion power castles, and it really looked like AGH was really bullying them around. But the way that Prince played it out, was he would take certain buildings, and that would be a priority at that moment. But then he would just pull out of the building, and it wouldn't even matter to him, and he would take another building, and that would be the priority at that moment. And
yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do that though against DNK.
You don't think so?
No. If anything, like counter rallies.
I wish I knew DNK a lot better than what I do.
Oh, they're a monstrous team. Monstrous team. They're good. But the thing is that I don't think that he's got so many teammates and castles. He's not gonna have to give up anything with being in TVB. You know what I mean? He's got so many people in that alliance that are good that he's not gonna have to give up anything. Like DNK are the ones that are gonna have to be the aggressors.
I like something about DNK and TVB about both of these alliances is that they're not just focusing on the bigger, points like on the crystal mine or just the training grounds. They are more focused on the supply points, the smaller ones.
Yeah, it's important.
Which gives you a constant points.
Yeah, it's important.
And that's a big quantum of points.
Yeah,
exactly. That's where TVB lost the match.
And see, that's where they got so many
won the match. AGH in the beginning, they just came in for the bigger ones, while as TVB captured the entire map. And
when you have that many players, you have to take that. Yeah, you have to take all those buildings are going to be like equally as important. The supply, all the supply points are going to be equally as important as the major three, because all it's going to take is for one team to capture any of those buildings, any of those 8 buildings, the 3 majors and the supply points, the 5 supply points. If one team captures any of those buildings, that's going to be enough to pull them ahead, because I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. Also, the same point of time, if we look, do you remember the last Dragon campaign, playoffs and the the finals? People already started to use Supreme Legion. I think it was the World Cup or the Dragon campaign.
Yeah, it was the Dragon campaign, because the Dragon campaign playoffs were last, going into last winter, I believe.
So yeah, so it's also gonna factor.
Actually, it might have been last summer. Holy shit, has it been a whole year? No, it couldn't have been. I think it was. I'll check right now. Go ahead and keep talking though while I check.
So it also depends, the Supreme Legion troops plays a big factor, where TVB is pretty much way maxed out at that. I mean their average player, I would say, I don't know the entire team, but whoever I see is very well balanced. I mean their stats, their troops enhancements, because the research of Sage Tower gives you the ability for 1:3, and of course the enhancements are like something which gives you the entire thrust. So I would say they are pretty much of my choice as of today's date. But I think DNK might give a tough fight. I don't know. It's very hard. I mean, looking at the battle like AGH and TVP, I never thought this. It was like a total easy, prediction. The early 5 minutes, the entire map was blue.
Okay, well, if you slide over, we do have some other matches. We're gonna go over them quickly because we'll wrap up the show here shortly. Okay, we've got AGH against COK 520. What do you guys think on that? Then I'll tell you what I think. You can go first, Trouble. So AGH, Ace Great Hunter, they lost in a close match to TVB against COK 520, which lost to DNK. I'm not sure how close the match was though. I wish they would show the points.
I was off on another page.
It's all good. You slide to the right and it'll show you on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I love COK. I love seeing, you know,
they're the biggest powerhouse ever, right?
Exactly.
They're the original TVB.
Exactly. They've been there for a long time.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of imitators, but these are the original ones.
Yeah, they were originally POT, Power of Thrones. So.
Yep, and they've won a lot of Dragon campaigns. They've won.
I think they got first. They got first in season 3 or 4. I think last season they got first, and then I think they got second or first in the season before that.
Exactly.
They've been around forever.
I mean, they're a huge powerhouse. So I mean, dude, it's so hard to call. You know, whenever it gets down to this, you know, these are such big alliances: LDH, BK1, COK, AGH. You know, they're all huge alliances, and they're all huge team players. Like, they live to play as a team. So it's so hard to predict, man. I would say AGH.
I think AGH is going to win without too much effort. What about you, Steven?
I would say AGH.
Well, I would also go with AGH because they are on the lines of TVB. Change their pattern style of playing.
You have to evolve. Yeah, you have to evolve, and I don't think COK evolved from last season to this season. I think they have the same team they had last season without recruiting and picking up new people. They should have been out picking up people like all these other alliances did.
Exactly, and see, I think that some of their people that are in COK, which is originally POT. I think that back whenever it was POT and it switched to COK, I think that they just basically have been playing their roles. You know, they've just been going through the motions.
You know who they remind me of is 1GB. Same shit.
1GB?
Yeah, 1GB. Same shit. I mean, yeah, they picked up IREMs, but other than that, they haven't really picked up much. They're the same core, like 8 castles with another maybe 20 or 30 castles that help out, but they haven't gone out and recruited like. Yeah, they've always been they're another perennial powerhouse, but they didn't even make it into the final 8 because they haven't evolved. And they got kind of screwed. Let's be honest. If 1GB fought FFB or ERO, they would probably beat them. It would be a good match. It'd be a good match. Good match.
I had personally enjoyed the match of BK1 and DNK.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, my God. That's such a close match and a good fight.
I actually know all of BK1 very closely.
They're good people there.
Yeah, I know them very well. And, one of their players is actually from Chicago. I mean, used to talk regularly, like, every day.
Yeah.
And whenever he moved over there to BK1 to Kingdom 200, he actually had 2 castles, and he was like, screw this, I'm just going to put all my efforts into this castle, and they've not looked back since, you know. And him and Mr. NOP, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Not, Poppy, Supreme Viking, they've got a lot of really good players over there. And then there's so many other
Supreme
like
Viking's
role players.
The one that I was talking about.
Yeah,
Supreme
they've got so
Viking's
many role players too, like, you know, AJ, and you know, AJ used to be in, I think, GOS or one of these other top alliances that were always upsetting teams and stuff. So it's cool to see the evolution of the alliances, the Dragon Campaign playoffs go from like, top 64, top 32, top 16 teams. Now they've all started to hop over to these power alliances just so they can, you know, win Kingdom vs. Kingdoms, win, you know, all the events and everything. The next match, have you seen this one? Go. I didn't mean to cut you off, Trouble. Go ahead.
Yes. Hold on.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
All right. So, as far as like the whole transfer stuff that's been going on, you think that maybe they might be waiting for the transfer to open back up?
Yeah, I think some of these teams like might not have.
COK.
Some of them might not have. Some of them might not have had the options to go places they wanted to go, so they were waiting to see if they could go somewhere better, maybe. Or they were waiting for more people to come to them, because nobody wants... If you're 1GB or if you're COK, or if you're, you know, ERO, FFB, if you're already in alliance with 20 billion power or more, you don't want to go somewhere else. You want people to come to you. You already have, like, proven yourself as a good alliance, so these people from other kingdoms should be coming to you, technically. Like, Steven, you're a 1 billion power castle. Players like you and Yamato should be going over to these other, you know, teams to form super teams, if that's what you wanted to do. So, yeah, that definitely could be.
A lot of them, you know, like, who's going to go to 1GB if you've seen what they did whenever they merged? You know,
yeah,
if you had,
we are neighbors to Kingdom 1000, so I mean, that is a kingdom which is like always like, it's unpredictable. You don't know when things turn up against you.
Exactly, so. and like Steven, if you got 1.2 billion power, right? Would you want to invest your money to go somewhere where you know things are going to be good, or would you want to go somewhere where
I would
you're
love
not
to go
completely
to
sure?
I would love to go to TVB to learn more things, because that's.
Well, I'm not talking about TVB. I mean like 1GB. Seeing what they did.
No, I would not.
It's a risk.
Exactly.
It's a risk.
So if they mailed you and was like, hey, you know, come over here, powerful castles, you'd be like,
A lot of the problem is though, like,
so sure.
You got to remember though, when they made that merger, it was a triple merger. It was IREMS and his alliance, and then it was the other Arab alliance. I think it was QTR, not QTR, GUF, the Gulf.
Yeah, GUF.
Lord Phil, Abo Turkey, and those guys. So that's
and they were monsters themselves.
Oh yeah, they were right up there with 1GB, but one of the GUF castles quit. It's like big boy, like billions of power. He quit and wanted to sell.
That was Slayer's brother.
Yeah, Slayer's brother. Zabaz's brother, yes. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. But, oh yeah, what I was going to say there is that they didn't go there planning to form a super alliance. They went there wanting to fight. They wanted to fight. GUF and IREM's alliance, I forget the name of his alliance, but they wanted to fight 1GB. Merge. Yeah, they wanted to fight, so...
But it wasn't a voluntary merge. They
I think it technically was. I don't think you could get a three kingdom merger without it being somewhat voluntary. I don't think that'd be possible. There was definitely discussions that went down. They're definitely not going to take people that spend millions of dollars on the game and just throw them to the wolves like that without them agreeing to it. Because it was an even matchup. You know, they had good throne wars and shit. I recorded a few of them. I think you did too. They were good wars, so it's not like it was a blowout. But 1GB was just had a little bit more core communication, and like they were closer. Whereas IREMS was fighting with a lot of the guys from GUF.
And that was back whenever 1GB was winning Dragon campaigns, you know? That was back whenever 1GB was just...
Yeah, they were up there, like top 4 team, always, top 4 team. Perennial, amazing team. Hey, this next matchup, I think it could be really good. We'll pop through these next ones quick, because I didn't want it to go over an hour, just because that way I can make it a video so people could watch it, maybe like listen to it while they're at work or something. But BK1 against LDH, like, you know, BK1's obviously stronger, but let's once again remember that 33 billion power from BK1 is wrapped up in 2 players. So, you know, the power is a little bit misconstrued. I think this could be a really fun matchup.
BK1 still has good players, like AJ is very strong.
Yeah. I think they're ahead. I think they're better. I think they're better skilled than LDH too. But I think LDH can put up a fight.
LDH used to be one of those teams.
LDH just has one player, that's Glory.
Yeah.
Who's somewhere close to...
no, they have AOKO. He was like...
He might not be as close to Mr. Knob, but I think he failed a lot of rallies against Mr. Knob. I think they had a match against BK1.
Yeah. No, I think I actually... No, wait. No, they didn't... Yeah. They didn't have a match in the playoffs.
I think so.
No. They played... I'll tell you who they played, because I streamed it. LDH played... I'll tell you the one I streamed. I streamed LDH against AGH, and yeah, Glory had the best stats, but AO, I don't know how to spell his name. It's like AOKO or some shit. He's got even more power than Glory, and he was right close. Like, he was right up there in attack and everything.
I would not say power would matter here.
Yeah, back to that. Power's not really going to matter because they got pretty good stats all the way around. Even their players that are only 200 million power are actually running with really, really good stats. They're basically me's. They've got like a bunch of me's running around because like I used to sit at 200 million power, and I would dare billion power castles to rally me. You know,
yeah, definitely.
That's all that I did. That's how I got most of my points. Was, you know, they would underestimate me. They would see me as a test.
Yeah, BK1's the favorite for sure. Like,
yeah, I think BK1 is going to win against LDH because they, I mean, though they don't have the power, you know, they might not have the power to run, you know, the huge alliances around like that, but in Dragon campaign, they might not be able to run like, you know, TVB or anything like that around in Dragon campaign, but they do have, you know, all their players are pretty well rounded, you know, so
I would just say Mr. Knob, Mr. Puppy, they might have 5 or 6 heroes maxed out. Like, I mean,
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That. If just Mr. Puppy and Mr.
That's
Knob
5 buildings. That's 10 buildings. They AJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard even if you do super rally, you don't have a chance to get it. I mean, you might have to do 1 or 2 super rallies together. That's still unpredictable.
By the way, while we're here, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I just didn't want to forget something. Sorry about that. I did not mean to cut you off.
Wow. I'm saying is that, I mean, even if you see like Ragnar did a super rally on the Crystal Mine, I mean, it was a big, massive loss against the TVB King. So I would say that it's still unpredictable for LDH in terms of even a couple of super rally would be able to beat that kind of stats. And I don't know what strategy BK1 is going to take, if they are going to go with the same strategy like the people are playing, like TVB or AGH is, you know, moving away from archers coming towards infantry and cavalry. It's going to be very hard because LDH is still archer based. They have not yet applied the
yeah, they're like stuck in the old meta. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Dude,
same as COK 520. Do you remember?
Yeah, they're in the old meta.
Yeah, you remember a match you streamed, KSA Banda Archer?
That's what I was just about to say, bro. That's what I was cutting off to say, dude. I was so impressed with Bonder from KSA against LDH. He almost, dude, if these matches were only 30 minutes long, he would have beat LDH almost by himself. He was a monster.
How hard was it to take the Crystal Mine from him?
Yeah, like LDH Glory was the only one that could fight Bonder from KSA.
Thank you, Jordan.
And I think Bonder only had like 500 million power.
400.
Yeah, 400 billion power, but he was just an animal. Like he was tearing LDH, tearing them apart. But you know, when you have that many more players, 40 billion power against 8 billion power, shit, like not much you can do. But yeah, KSA Bonder's a monster. He needs to go to a team where he can really, really put in work.
I think that's a castle of Mr. Knob.
Someone said that. I think it might have been you, and someone else told me that, but I don't know if that's true.
Oh man, yes it is. I can't remember the exact name. If I'm wrong on the name, forgive me. But yes, Mr. Knob does have a second castle. It's him and his cousin both have a second castle in that kingdom. Yeah.
Do they both share the same castles, the same 2 castles? No. Someone just said in chat that it's
no,
Knob's cousin.
Yeah, him and his cousin both share. They have separate castles.
But maybe Knobs gets on his cousin's castle sometimes, or maybe just helps him.
I'm not completely sure.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything that's not true, so
I can ask Supreme Viking. He would know more.
Yeah, but, find out next time, and then we'll I'll add it, guys. If I find out, we'll add it in the comment section of this video. We'll find out, so that way we don't, we know the exact.
Yeah. But I do remember Mr. Knob does have a second castle in that kingdom.
All right, you guys ready for my matchup of the week? I think this is going to be the best matchup of the week. Is the last one right here, ERO against FFB. Like, that's the matchup of the week right there. Look, 20 billion power against 21.7 billion power. You have Viva Ferrari against ERO. By the way, ERO have some very nice members. I talked to some of them on WeChat, and they got some cool people. They're just nice. All-around nice people.
ERO, isn't that a Europe-based team?
I know they have a lot of Chinese players too.
They're Chinese, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
ERO, it looks like a European name, ERO, but yeah, and it says attack for an ideal. But I mean, just that alone, an ideal. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot and it's spelled right, but I think they were like, you know, thinking of something with that one. But anyways, yeah, I think that's going to be the best matchup of the week. They're equally, you know, in the same power. That's going to be for what, 7th place? Yeah, they're fighting for 7th place.
No, yeah, 7th. It's 7th.
7th and 8th. The loser's 8th, winner's 7th. Pretty sure, anyway.
It's pretty much predicted. Like one side is TVB, another side is BK1. Because Mr. Knob has already changed his playing style. He's more focused on brutality and infantry. The entire team is moving on to that side. So I think that LDH, if they have changed their strategy or not, I'm not aware of. But if they're moving on with archers, they're gonna face misery. I think that's what my feeling is. If they had such a problem with just Panda RJ from that particular kingdom, they're gonna have much more bigger trouble with Mr. Knob. Because Mr. Knob, Poppy, AJ, Supreme Viking, you have several more castles. I think a couple of more castles which are pretty strong. I mean, if they hold like, I think just Mr. Knob enough for the Crystal Mine and the other two training and the armory and the others rest. If they hold the other buildings and plus they have the Night Hall, if they can capture and they can port in front of the Night Hall, I think they have overall chances.
Right, I agree.
Match if LDA changed their strategy, I think it might be different. I don't know.
All right, we're out of time, gentlemen. Closing remarks. So.
Hey, one last thing I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to siege engines? Because like,
what is that a shirt type?
I remember they were on the rise for a minute. They even came out with a hero to help.
Yeah, they need more love, bro. Bring back the damn siege engines, man. They've been lost. Like they were the king for like the first year of the game.
The siege engines are somewhat little bit back. If you look into the Supreme Legion, they absorbed in a lot of cavalry attacks. Also, like while you're attacking a castle, I think nowadays a little bit like a 5 or 10% of siege engines is pretty good support. Like,
okay.
I'm seeing a pretty much different.
People
are sending siege engines.
I used to send some T10 siege engines, you know, not very many, but I would send some T10 siege engines and see what they would do sometimes, you know.
I think they died with the P5.
T9. My huge thing was T9 infantry, man. I used to love them.
They're back, bro. They're back in some aspect. Trouble, where can people find you?
Look me up on online, Troublemaker, or Trouble with $2 signs on the side, or you can look me up on Facebook with it's Jay Baxter. That's my personal Facebook. Please do not spam me, but yeah, just
I'm gonna leave 2 links, man. I'm gonna leave his YouTube channel and I'm gonna leave his Twitter.
Cool, great.
Then he can decide from there. Go ahead, Steven.
I would conclude the last thing is that I had moved away from the archers completely because, you know, I remember I would like to share a little bit with Troublemaker since he's there. Yes. I had a vein very recently with Carol from Kingdom 1, and I was like defending a vein with almost close to 5 million troops, just maybe a 3 or 400,000 some change of B5 was hiding. The first time she entered in the vein, she just gave me 1 or 2 attacks. I defended it. She went off.
She was testing you.
Yeah, just 1 hour before, before the portal was going to be over. She came, sat down.
She put that strap on? Did she lace up the strap on and lube you up?
And in her march, about like a 1,700,000 march, about 300,000 Griffin Knights, and the rest of them T10 cavalry. Each march she was hitting, I was losing 2.5 million. 4 or 5 march, I was out of the portal. She took the portal. I went into the battle report. I just went to see my losses. What I saw my losses was just archers, nothing else. Not even a single Zerx was damaged.
She found out how to snipe archers, didn't she?
Yes.
That's so smart.
To the point. No troops was damaged. If you want the battle reports of the troops, I can.
Yeah, send me those battle reports. I'll make a video out of it, bro.
Out of all the troops, my archer was effective in all her attacks, and I was out of order within 4 or 5 attacks. The same thing happened. I was like chatting in one of our group chats. I asked Supreme Viking, did Carol solo you on the palace? He told me, yeah, she soloed him and took him out of the palace solo, like 5 or 6 attacks.
Hey, Carol is very good at solo. I don't even. No,
she's purely solo.
5 of her. If there was 5 of her,
I mean, if you look at it,
you wouldn't be able to touch her, ever.
Yeah, TVB. If there was 5 of her, TVB wouldn't even be able to touch her.
Yeah.
Or at the end.
No, I'm just saying, it's the battle of archers versus cavalry.
Yeah.
Yes.
The cavalry is
it makes you reevaluate your whole game.
Cavalry's back, man. Hey, Steven, where can people get a hold of you? Can they get a hold of you in my Discord if they want to ask you some things?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, guys. If you join my Discord, Steven's in there. His name is literally Steven994. I believe he's a moderator, or he has a role, OG Streams God, something in my chat. So if you want to come to Discord, he's in there. Troublemaker is in there, too. I'll get him in the main Discord, too. You guys can link up with him.
I'll start showing up in there, man.
All right, cool.
Steven, hey, brother.
I hope Trouble is back in the game, and he should have a fight with Carol or one of the biggest of all these big alliances for him.
Man,
you want me to die?
At least give him a warm up.
You want me to die?
It's real fun. It's real fun. It's real fun. I really enjoyed the battle with Carol. Maybe I was kicked out within 4 attacks. That's different. But yeah, it just opened my eyes. Like,
you at least got to give him one of those, one of them training tools. One of them, never mind. They've got these. They've got these blow up butt plugs now, where you blow them up so you can start off slow.
No, in fact, I asked Carol right after the match, "Hey, you are very strong. Now it's impossible to beat you if you can tell me what can counter you." She just replied me with one reply: infantry and siege. I said,
yep.
What? Siege?
That's nuts.
What are you talking about? Which siege?
So she's saying start holding palaces with infantry and siege. Go ahead and try that and tell me when it works.
Right. Well, someone told me that she held the throne before with all T9 siege. Nothing but T9 siege.
No, T9 infantry.
No. Yeah, that was when she held it against either BK1 or TVB. She held it against another kingdom with all T9 siege. A member from Kingdom 1 is telling it right now in the chat. It was all T9 siege. She's done it with T9 siege before too. I think she was just testing it, but she did test it. Like, she's not afraid to throw it out there. She lost fucking 350 million power trying to beat BK1.
Did you see her last Overlords? She burned 450 million power castles, P6 with down cavalry with 1 march.
Jesus. Dude, okay, so get this. I've got a castle in Kingdom 1 now that I'm going to be able to, you know, she doesn't post many reports, but if she does post them, I'll be able to get them. So I'm really hyped about that. I'm going to try to get as many good events out of, like, and analyze what she's doing, because it's really cool. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming.
Hey, you guys. See you later. Thank you.
Alright, much love, guys. Thanks. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yep. Hey, stay on, Daydreams.
Yeah, I'll be back. Alright, guys. I'll be back in there to talk to them so we can set up the next one. Yeah, I think it went really well for the first one. You know, a good, positive Clash of Kings show once a week is not, you know, not too crazy to do. And like I said, you know, we've been hovering right at 40 viewers the whole stream, so I think it's something that people like. So we can definitely build it from there, and we could probably have maybe 2 a week and more. And they don't always have to be an hour long. They could be 2 hours long. They could be 30 minutes long. We could switch it up. But definitely, I want to have Trouble back. You know, maybe even we could just do it. Always just do it together. And you know, sometimes I could go on his channel. You know, we'll spread the love. We'll think of some ways to do it. But yeah, it's just fun to get some guys on, and we can get some girls on here too. You know, I don't discriminate. But, yeah, we'll have some fun with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could hit the like button before you get out of here. Team Ray Streamer, you guys already know that. We're a small community in Clash of Kings. Take care of each other. I'm out. Peace.